Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host, Delighted Excited ADB. Joining me is the one, the only Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Derrick. Hello, good sir.
Hello. Hi Ed. How's it going? Are you enjoying them golden bananas?
I am, which we'll definitely be talking about it on the show. I'm super excited. Kind of like growing my Switch 2 collection in a sense, you know. So like Donkey Kong Bananza, pretty much for a lot of people is their second Nintendo Switch 2 game. It may be at the third, depending on people who picked up Welcome Tour or not. But it feels like Bananza, of course, it's getting good reviews. I don't know about the sale numbers just yet, but it looks like Nintendo has another Game of the Year nomination like on their list. And so, you know, I seen that IGN gave it a perfect 10, Nintendo Life gave it a 9, and it's just been seen from players very positive reactions, receiving it. Famitsu gave it 38 out of 40, which is good. I think it's 2 10s and then 2 9s that they gave it. So I'm super excited to see that people are loving this game. And I guess a discussion of 3D platformers is coming back up. Even though that conversation kind of not went away. But I think it's Nintendo 3D platformers people want to talk about, because like if we're going to talk about 3D platformers, definitely in this modern day, then there's no doubt we got to talk about the Game of the Year, Astrobot. For PlayStation 5, like that is a must to talk about. Definitely winning Game of the Year at the Game Awards and from other publications and stuff. But it really feels like 3D platforming is somewhat finding its way back, which is really cool, which is a really good thing. And having one come from Nintendo, you kind of realize, like people were saying, it's Breath of the Wild meets Super Mario 3D World meets not Mario Galaxy, no, not 3D World, Super Mario Odyssey meets Breath of the Wild meets Donkey Kong 64 for some reason, because of the 3D environment and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's almost like, 10 years ago when pixel indies were like really big, right? And it's like that, it was from an era of gamers who became game designers who grew up on Nintendo, like NES and Super Nintendo and Genesis. Well, now 10 years later, sorry, Todd's in the YouTube chat. Todd Oxtra from Secret Friends Unite. Everybody go check out that show. I love them so much. Gonna miss Mark. Todd. Gonna miss Mark though.
What's happening with Mark?
He retired from podcasting.
No,
he's gonna do the cosplay thing and pursue other passions. So, yeah, we're gonna miss him, but we're gonna help Todd out. We're gonna pass ourselves around a little bit. So, but anyways, right? Like, we're in an era of the generation kind of coming up, grew up on Mario 64 and Spyro and Crash, and moving into the GameCube PS2 era with Jack and Mario Sunshine and stuff like that, right? So, I think that we are starting to really have a generation that feels nostalgic for 3D platformers, and that's why Astrobot's so good. And Todd asked if we were excited for Yuka Replay, and that one's a tough one because Yooka-Laylee came out already, and I guess it depends on what they add. And if they fix some of the mechanical problems that I initially had with it, because I still think that Impossible Lair, the 2D game, is,
Better.
way better. So yeah, I don't know. I think re-releasing Yooka-Laylee now in a better state and like a fresh coat of paint might actually do better in this era of 3D platforms, just because there's not so many coming out that you're like overwhelmed. Like, every other game is a Metroidvania roguelike card builder something. Souls like, yeah. And that's kind of a joke, but like, I mean, how many games have been Metroidvanias over the last 5 years? There's been hundreds. But like,
we'll talk about one. We'll talk about an unexpected one later on in the show.
But what was the last kind of 3D platformer that wasn't Mario or Astrobot or, now Donkey Kong or Ratchet, right? I mean, we had a Hat in Time, which was like okay, and Todd mentioned Yooka-Laylee, which was kind of mid, to be honest.
The one with the penguins chasing you.
The penguins chasing you?
Yeah, it was like with the yo-yo, I think.
You're talking about Penny's Big Breakaway or whatever?
Yeah, that one. And I know Bakaru is another one. That was a game. It's a 3D action platformer that's on Switch. It came out in Japan and then it got local, like 6 months later, got localized for America. I own it. It's a really cool 3D action platformer game.
Yeah. Todd said that Mario Sunshine should get a remaster. Todd, did you not buy 3D All Stars? It got 1080p widescreen support, normal camera support. I mean, I know it was only out for 6 months, Todd. But I think I
see Sunshine get.
Did you see his
Don't, Corey. I can see Sunshine getting a remaster. I think definitely taking this game, and definitely I think because of playing Donkey Kong Bananza and seeing just like even Super Mario 3D World, going back to that one, I could see Sunshine getting better, kind of like better control. The water would look like amazing. The worlds would be more detailed. It could run at 60 frames per second, or if it's like still playable on Switch, it could be 30 frames per second. Like they could really make Sunshine look like super cool, and just change some of the things on it.
Yeah, like make a new Mario game. I'm not really a Sunshine fan. I mean, it's fine, right?
I love Sunshine.
It's better than Galaxy, but
that's debatable.
I don't like the 3D. They're like the rotation of the planets made me really sick, and then I had to use the Wii remote and nunchuck. No thanks, pass. But also I'm on record saying I'm not a 3D Mario game guy, so.
So Todd, unfortunately, Jack and Daxter and Ratchet Clank cannot come.
Sure, they can. PlayStation's putting all kinds of stuff on Nintendo Switch 2.
They can't.
They're putting Helldivers 2 on Xbox. Why can't they?
Because that's Insomniac, and
they own Insomniac. Who cares?
Right, but they wouldn't put Insomniac's games on Nintendo's platform.
Sure, they would.
No, they wouldn't. Insomniac had a chance to put a lot of their games.
They're going to put Spider-Man on Xbox. You better believe they're going to put Spider-Man 1 on Xbox and PlayStation and Switch 2.
Is that dude
Steam? They also put their biggest IP on Nintendo Switch in Horizon. So,
Sony won't do it.
Suck it.
Sony won't do it. Sony will probably.
Sure, they will.
No, because Sony has someone else take their property and port it to Switch or publish it on Switch.
They're publishing Helldivers on Xbox. PlayStation Publishing LLC. They're publishing.
So I mean, somebody won't.
They published Horizon on Switch 2, PlayStation Publishing LLC.
They went
They're
through,
publishing Hot Shots Golf, PlayStation Publishing LLC. So, come on, Ed.
Patapon.
Yeah,
But Patapon is coming from Bandai Namco, and that's a PlayStation game.
So
why Hot Shots? Well, that's Camelot, really.
Nope, it was Clap Hands.
I thought Camelot did the Hot Shots.
They did the first one. They did the very first one on PS1, but then Clap Hands did it. And now Clap Hands is making their own golf game that's literally Hot Shots, but not Hot Shots. So,
because it has a different name now.
Everybody's Golf. Yeah, that's where it's known. That's what it's known as everywhere else.
Yeah.
So,
PlayStation will put Nixus on the collectors collections.
The games that Bandai Namco is doing, they did Freedom Wars, right? They did the Freedom Wars remastered, which I don't know how that did. I really like that game on Vita, but
I think that game kind of came and went.
Yeah, well, nobody really cares about Freedom Wars, but I thought it would have at least made some headway in the the hardcore somewhere.
But Todd would like to join us.
Oh, Todd, I need help wrestling Ed's answers away.
No, because I think that if Sonic before Sony brought them, they would have put their games on Nintendo consoles. But I think since they were making more money with their platforming games, it didn't want to challenge Nintendo with their platforming games. I don't think they would ever put anything like Jack and Daxter and Ratchet & Clank or stuff like that on, or Sly Cooper or whatever. Even though that's not Insomniac, I don't think they will put that on Nintendo's platform.
I don't know. We could debate all day, and you're going to have your answer. And I've learned over the last 10 years, Ed, that I cannot ever change your mind. So
you have changed my mind for a lot of stuff sometimes.
Yeah, after it happens, and then you're like, "Oh, I was wrong." Well, yeah.
What? Because I admit that I was wrong, but it's Corey. This is how we discuss things.
I know. I'm getting really tired of it. I'm retiring.
No.
Todd, you need a co-host. Can we trade? You can give me a shirt, and Ed can co-host with a shirt, and I'll co-host with you. It's here in the chat.
Wait, hold on. What? Wait.
What?
Huh?
What?
Mirror.
This is the fun you get in a live show, everybody. Oh.
Is Call of Duty coming to Switch 2 this fall?
Yes. I don't know how, but it is. Maybe not the new one, but it will be coming. They promised, the FCC, right? I mean, they promised.
They did. I think we're waiting for a Nintendo Direct.
Any and all of this stuff will be announced in a Nintendo Direct because they don't want. There was something. Because everybody thought a lot of Xbox stuff was going to be announced at the Xbox showcase. I was like, no, Nintendo controls the message. It doesn't matter who you are. Nintendo controls the message. They are going to announce what games are coming to Switch 2. It doesn't matter if you're Microsoft or Sony, or if you're someone as small as like Yacht Club or Guiley Games, which shout out to them. Their game's coming out in August. Can't wait for Rah Rah Boom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I saw that on Instagram the other day.
So I wonder if it's going to be at PAX West. Hopefully so.
Activision put Tony Hawk 2 on Switch 2, so they must have dev kits. Yeah. Activision's put everything except Call of Duty on there, right? I mean, they've put Spyro and Crash. They've put Tony Hawk. They've put some Blizzard games on there, Diablo 2 and 3, that weird Diablo arcade collection. Overwatch, I mean, everything has come to Switch except for Call of Duty is literally the only thing at this point.
If they don't do it this year, they should be ready for next year. Because Microsoft when they did their presentation, I think that's when they announced that they'll let them know what systems is coming out. And I think because of Switch 2 wasn't out just yet when they announced it, and stuff. Well, was it after Switch 2? No, when did Microsoft had the developers, not the developer direct, but their showcase? It was the following week after Switch 2 came out, I think.
Yeah, it was. Well, Switch came out on Thursday, and their showcase was on Sunday. So
on Sunday, so because they might have had it already recorded then before.
Oh yeah, dude, they had that thing recorded like a month ago, or like a month beforehand. As someone who works in tech marketing, I can tell you exactly when they had it done recording. Yeah. Todd says he doesn't want to see hentai games. Don't worry, Todd. There's a story coming up that says Nintendo is cracking down on the that stuff. So
I did not see games. My real question is, how does Nintendo fix the eShop? There's 4K games on Switch, and it's hard to find the good stuff.
I don't know. I'm gonna level with you. The eShop still sucks. At least it runs though. At least you can search for something in it, not say, "Oh, can't make the connection. We're kicking you back to your dashboard." I think that's the real reason why Nintendo's Switch players still collect physical games, is because they can't get into the eShop.
Pretty much.
Oh man, I'm on one today. I'm having a good day. It's been a good day. We're kind of going on the fly here, everybody, because I didn't make the doc because I've been doing Destiny coverage all day. So,
and I've been busy.
Go to bossrush.net and read my Destiny 2 Edge of Fate review.
Yes,
it's the Metroid Prime game you've all been waiting for.
We'll talk about that later.
I know we are.
It's a very detailed review, everybody, so do go check it out.
It's 400 words longer than my Final Shape review, and that one was long.
Ooh. And did you tag Bungie and them in it, right?
Yeah, I gotta email CJ. But I'm afraid if I email him today, he's like, Todd, you know this. When you're off for 2 or 3 days and then you go back into work on a Monday and your email box is just flooded with like 300 emails, and like, I don't know, do you really go through all of them? No. So I'm kind of, I think I might wait till Monday, but also like, I don't know. Maybe I'll email him now and then email him a second time. That's what I did the last time for the Final Shape. So anyways, that's not important. Nobody cares about this. Maybe I'll just DM CJ on Blue Sky. We follow each other. So I don't know. I try not to like I don't know. I try not to abuse any relationships we have.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways.
Well, Corey, then as we move along with the show, how about we get into this housekeeping?
Yeah, I guess so.
Since we already feel like we just did an expansion pack in a sense.
Oh yeah, about that.
Yes. Well, everybody, this is Nintendo Pow Block, the Nintendo podcast for Boss Rush Media and the Boss Rush Network. We record each and every episode live on Twitch, YouTube, X/Twitter every Saturday night. So come hang out, be a part of the conversation in the live chat, and give us a follow while you're there. If you'd like to support Boss Rush, you can check out our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can gain early and exclusive access to content like the Nintendo Pow Block 1-Up Patreon show and Expression Pass. Become a Patreon producer and more. As always, if you can't support us financially or join us live, your listenership and viewership is enough for us. subscribe to Boss Rush on YouTube, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review or a comment. It will help with discoverability and growth. New episodes post every Monday morning on podcast apps, YouTube, and our website on bossrush.net, where you can also find our daily banter, reviews, listicles, and more. Well, and any so like Corey said, do go check out his Destiny Edge of Fate review that is live now. Give it a good read, everybody, and then check out some of our banters that is on the site. There's a ton of news that's dropped, so check out some of the new stuff. Yeah, so and there's more to come along and everything. So Corey, how about we get into Snackendo? For me, everybody, I actually been snacking on well, I had some ramen today for dinner. I tried Burger King's barbecue brisket Whopper, which was good. Not, nothing to, be like, oh, you gotta go get it. Nothing to, yippee for. It's a good Whopper. It's a good kind of Whopper. Yeah, and some Chipotle, and that's about it. Nothing too big and stuff. I did have a beef and bowl yesterday for dinner. It was real good with a strawberry Fanta. Just great. Comfort food.
My kids are into this. I don't know if it's like a seltzer or whatever, but they're into like this poppy drink. I don't know what it is, man. It's some new fad drink that everybody has, and I have no idea what it is. So I don't know.
Long as it's not Prime.
No, my nephews are really into that.
We get so much of it, and we don't sell barely any of that. I'm like,
my nephews love it, dude. They like, they live on it, I think, at this point. Oh, my nose. Anyways, is that it, Ed? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, I mean, nothing exciting this week, Ed. I had a cheese pizza tonight. That was good.
Ooh.
From Domino's. We had a pizza party, and we played Pictionary. So that was fun. But yeah, sometimes I don't want the salty Italian meats. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. In the last like couple years, I have just found that I am not I don't know. I feel like the only thing I like to eat are birds at this point. Like turkey and chicken. That's kind of it.
Do you feel like food for you has just become like simple? Like you kind of want the simple things?
I don't. Yeah, because like anytime I have like pepperoni or sausage or something, no, it's not like I don't eat that stuff, right? Because like last weekend, I forgot. We didn't talk about Riley's birthday party either. Like last weekend, I had we cooked out on the grill for Riley's birthday because, I mean, the kids ate hot dogs, but we had like Italian sausages and burgers and chicken kebabs and, that type of thing. And like, I'm not opposed to eating that stuff. I actually like really like an Italian sausage with like grilled onions and green peppers on it. Right. But like, oh man, dude, like anytime I have like pepperoni or that kind of sausage or that, I guess that really salty type of meat, it just, my throat burns at night and I can't sleep. And it just, I don't know, man. Also I've like this week since Sunday, I've I kind of fell off the diet wagon for a while and I've been feeling it. And, so has the, scale. So
I know.
I've been really trying to pull back on that this week as well.
Are you back to grilling the chicken on Sundays and Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, grilling. I back to eating just two larger meals a day instead of three meals or garbage food, and it's all chicken and vegetables and salad and fruit and stuff. So like I'm back to like the 2 eggs in the morning on a wrap, uh, and banana, and something small to take with me at work so I don't cry during the middle of the day. Um, but it's mostly like I don't know, like Teddy Grahams, right? Like a bag of Teddy Grahams or something. It's nothing like you know interesting. And then at night I'll have 2 or 3 big pieces of chicken and a salad and whatever vegetables we may or may not have cooked over the weekend, and that's it. And then Saturday is my day I can eat normal. So, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta kind of change up my diet, my eating habits. And my sister poked at my stomach. She's just like, "Oh, so you getting pregnant?" I'm just like, "No, I
Jeez.
hope not." Just like I am getting a tummy because um my metabolism has changed. Because I was just like thin as a pencil, like for years, even through high school. And it didn't take me till about 2003,
Mm.
to like actually start gaining weight. Even when even when I was lifted and and eating the soft chicken tacos at Taco Bell. Ooh, the must are so good. Like after lifted, um, I just tried to put on weight, and then suddenly of all, I start being able to max a whole bunch of food. I think my metabolism like slowed down. And that's eating a lot of sweets and stuff and gaining weight. I'm just like, oh, so now I got a, a belly, but I think I need to work on it now.
Yeah, I man, I was like I was mowing the lawn today, and
Mm-hmm.
it just like man, I just felt like I needed to exercise more. Not that I was like dying or anything, but like I was like, man, I should maybe you know, start exercising a little bit more at least. Um anyways, that's enough of that. Hmm.
Well, everybody, we're gonna get into play with power. So, pretty much two things me and Corey been playing. Well, I've been playing one thing, Corey, you've been playing another thing. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna speak on Donkey Kong Bananza, and then Corey's gonna speak on Destiny Edge of Fate. Um, so let's speak on Donkey Kong Bananza. It just released this past Thursday, and the reviews in Metacritic has been around 90. There's been a lot of 9s and 10s and 8s, and people have been having a lot of fun with this game. And so we're going to just discuss what we've been playing. We both probably got like 2 hours into the game. We're going to be spending more time playing it throughout the week, and hopefully throughout the month. But we're just going to give some initial impressions about the game. And I got to say, it's this the timing of this game is just right for not only for the summer, but like for having a platform game. It's something new to play on Nintendo Switch 2, in a sense. Go ahead, Corey.
Oh, I was waiting till you were done. I was kind of just thinking in my head. That's all.
Okay. And yeah, I didn't expect the game to like just start a black screen and to be like press Y. and then you press it, and then you hear Donkey Kong, and like the game begins and everything. And it even takes a while. Like it's teaching you doing the tutorial stuff before you even get into um the title of the game and
Mhm.
stuff. So this game, like I've been playing it in the handheld, and it looks so good. Um, the it feels like definitely 60 frames per second. I haven't got any stuttering or anything. Destroying the land and finding like treasure chests and getting coins and stuff is super fun. What I do like about this game is that it's half linear, half open world exploration. Um, so, what you could do is that once you get to like the sub layer, like the first land, after you get out the mining cave, there's two layers, and then there's some sea, some water and stuff. And so you once you do some of the main objectives there, you could explore the land, or you could actually explore the land and get extra bananas, which will help you get skill points for every 5 bananas that you get. So you may get 1 banana, or you may be on a quest and find like 3 bananas and stuff. And it's really cool if you press select and go to one of the menus, it'll give you a breakdown of, okay, in this level at this layer, this is how many bananas it is, and then at the bottom of this layer, this is how many bananas, and then you will find out what that quest is once you achieve getting that banana. So I kind of like that it has this linear structure to it, but it wants you to explore before you can move on.
Mhm. Yeah, it's the I think the game is fun. Again, I'm only like an hour and a half in, and by that I mean I've probably, if I was playing like a normal human being, I'd probably only be like, I feel like I would only be like 20 minutes in. I got to the first sub layer, and I got to like the second, like the 101 layer, right? What's happening out there, Ed?
Oh, um, I guess. Ooh,
Ed's Ed's being attacked.
no,
Or arrested. I don't know.
something's on fire. Probably at the VA.
Oh. Uh where was I going? Oh, and I what I've just been doing is running around destroying everything essentially. Because like I want to know like how the breaking things works, and like, I've you find that you can't like just keep digging and digging and digging. There's like a bedrock layer that you can't go through, right? But um I mean, a lot of the things you can just kind of punch your way through, dig your way through. There's secrets obviously hidden underground. What I do like though is like when you are digging underground, they show like once you get underground, it's almost like a roller coaster tycoon type thing where like the ground becomes transparent and you can kind of see where you're digging towards, and if there's like another area that's open underground, right? Like I really like that aspect. Um I like the fact that you can uh find bananas and secrets, and those little, what, like the, not the bananium gems, but the little pieces, right?
Uh,
I like that. uh I found a couple fossils already, so that was cool, although I don't know where to turn them in yet.
yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like the fossils, the coins that you collect.
Mhm.
I'm like, what do I do with this stuff?
You turn them into the store, like the Cappy store, right, in Mario Odyssey, where you went and bought costumes. That's what they're for. um
I must miss
but
the store there.
I haven't found the store yet. So I assume there's
Okay.
going to be some sort of weird tutorial where they're like, here's the store. You can buy stuff here. Um, so I really like that. I think the world is bright and colorful. I love the the way the world like looks and how colorful it is, and the way that like the grass moves and the kind of like the trees blow and everything, like it feels more Breath of the Wild than Mario Odyssey in a lot of ways. Uh, and I think it's a beautiful game. The part for me that's super overwhelming is the fact that you can kind of dig your way through everything, and it's like, and that like I saw a headline somewhere that said you can miss stuff by digging past it. I'm like, well, I don't want to miss anything. What do I do? I did find out though that like when you leave that world and come back,
Yes.
the world resets itself.
Yes.
So that's nice. So like I imagine like what what OCD people like me will do. Will like finish the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then go back to the worlds and just destroy everything to get the rest of the stuff, right? I assume that's kind of what's going to happen in some ways. But yeah, I'm excited to play more of it. I think it's really fun. I think it's really charming. I really like the emotive faces on the characters this time around.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just wonderful. And yeah, I mean, I think I do think it's kind of weird though. Like when you first play, Donkey Kong has pants on, but then when he falls through the hole, his pants come off. Like, where does pants go? um, where's this helmet that he was wearing?
Right.
So, but that doesn't really bother me. It was just funny that something I noticed. But other than that, like I think there's a lot of interesting. I like how that opening area, like the training area, essentially,
Yeah.
like has a lot of the kind of the pink bars from the original Donkey Kong game, right? That structures that hold things up, and like some of the ramps and stuff are the from the original Donkey Kong game.
Yeah.
I really like that. I don't know. I just think it's a really charming game, and this is exactly why Nintendo is the best at this, and nobody ever, like we were talking about platformers earlier, this is why nobody else ever attempts it, is because like look at what Nintendo can do, right? And Astrobot is clearly the closest anybody has come in a long time to challenging Nintendo at that.
Right.
But then like you go back to Mario Odyssey or you play this and it's like, oh well, yeah, Nintendo has the crown under lock and key for a reason, right? I mean, this is just what they do. This is what they do. So, yeah, I'm excited to play more. I like, I do think like the controls could be different. I don't really like how the game controls, like the jump button is on one side and the punch button's on the other, when I feel like the jump button should be on B, and
Which you probably gonna end up changing, because you can change the buttons.
Oh, you can?
Button layout.
Oh,
man,
yeah. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. I can do that.
Because one of my
Usually
friends,
Nintendo doesn't let you do that. The last game I remember I was even able to do that was Zelda, right? When you could swap, the only thing you could do was swap the jump and the sprint buttons, I think.
Yeah. When you because dude, man, I had to change the button layout for Wind Waker. And I'm like, on GameCube for NSO, and they would not let me do some stuff. I'm like, no, I need to change this because this is the feel right.
That's your problem. You're playing Wind Waker on GameCube. You got to wait for the Wii U port to come over. You can't play the free version, Ed. You got to pay the $70 for it. And it comes out eventually.
It's just sad that my money is ready for it too.
When did Wind Waker come out? 2023 or 2003? I mean, or 2002
for the GameCube. It may have been 03 or 04. I'm not sure.
2022, December 13th, 2002.
Okay. Because I know that, when it got laughed at and I think it came out that year. I think it showed at E3 that year, and then came out that September, um, or October or whenever it came out. It ended up being Game of the Year, for it when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And because I could play it on a GameCube controller, I wasn't worried, on the controls and everything. But because I'm playing on a pro controller, I'm just like, yeah, I got to get this fixed so it can feel right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more the design of the controller than the game itself, I should say.
Keep telling yourself that, Ed. Keep telling yourself that.
Well, I don't
You should
normally
just plug your Wii U back in and play the better version. My Wii U's still hooked up. Like a maniac. It's fine. 720p never looked so good, Ed.
You know what?
All those load times, man, takes me back.
But I'm not gonna lie. I think what I found calming about Wind Waker HD on Wii U, it's not just playing it on the TV, but like sometimes late at night, when it's just like a calm day or a calm night or stuff, it's not too hot, it's kind of warm and stuff. Playing it on my gamepad, I kind of have fun with playing it on a gamepad. It was just relaxing to me.
Yeah.
Especially after I get done with Grand Theft Auto 5 and took that game off my system, my PS3, I was just like, yeah, let me hurry up, get this Wind Waker HD. It just
every time I try to play GTA 5, I play it for like 20 minutes and realize that the controls are they really suck. And I turn it off and uninstall it. Because there are like the concept of the game for me sounds fun. Like I want to like it, but it just controls so bad, man. Like, no, we're not getting into this conversation again. Anyway, so.
But yeah, everybody, that's our like impressions for Donkey Kong Bananza.
Yeah, hopefully. So the other thing, sorry, I forgot.
Oh, go ahead.
We were talking about doing the pod and play stuff, Ed.
Yes.
With it, and I went to test my capture card, and you know what it did, Ed? It only recorded 15-second chunks, and then it would flicker and turn off, and then it would turn back on and recapture like another 15 to 25 seconds, and then turn off. And I was like, what is going on here? And so like I tried a different computer and it recorded like 10 minutes in like 10 minutes, but then it just like froze. And so like now I don't know what to do because I want to do that. And a new capture card costs money that I would rather be buying toys with.
Excuse me.
Speaking of toys, Ed, I got my Mega Man, my cool little Mega Man guy over there.
I know you showed me the pictures. I'm just like, yes.
Even though I said I wasn't going to get him until I played at least some of the Legacy Collection, which I downloaded, just haven't played it yet. But I'm like, man, Mega Man's cool. Mega Man's so cool, and there's like 10 Robot Masters out now too. There's like Bubble Man
for that collection,
Cut Man, and yeah.
I just hope. I want to hear your thoughts after you play one level of a Mega Man game.
Oh, I've definitely played one level of a Mega Man game. I've just never beaten any of them. Okay. And I couldn't tell you which Robot Master was from where. But I have. It's not like I've never played one. I've just never sat down and actually tried to beat one.
Which is shocking.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
It is. It's all good.
Is it?
Well, Corey,
it's not good.
Yeah. Well, Corey, we're gonna turn it over to you. So you can talk about Destiny: The Edge of Fate.
Yeah, so I've been playing Metroid Prime: The Edge of Fate. Just kidding. It feels so much. They lifted so much from Metroid Prime. The Metroid Prime games, like down to like the morph ball traversal and like some of the like the scanning objects and like manipulating the environment stuff. And man, it's just like even the way some of the newer enemies move feels like a mixture of classic Halo and some Metroid stuff, like Metroid Prime stuff. So I know on Tower Casuals, Josh and I were like, I didn't look up anything, right? I didn't look up anything anybody was talking about it until I was done playing it and wrote the review. So I posted the review. Today's Saturday, so I posted the review at 10 a.m. this morning, right before the the world's first raid race started. Which I don't know if anybody finished that or not yet. I should look that up. But hey, look, Stoy's in the chat.
Yes.
He said I need to beat Mega Man 2. I'm going to play them in order. So I'm going to start with 1, which I know is the worst one, but I got to do it. Where was I? Yes, so I posted it ahead of the raid race this morning because I knew everybody was going to be looking for Destiny stuff this morning while they were watching the raid race and playing, right, and waiting in orbit to do stuff and whatever. So I went into it in a way of like, I know this is going to be a kind of like a soft reboot, relaunch of Destiny, right? Which is exactly what it is. This is if you've never played before, this is the time to jump in expansion. It does a great job of like onboarding new players and really gives them the information they need to understand what's going on. Even if you haven't played the previous expansions. Now, I will say it is worth going back to Shadowkeep and at least playing through the campaign portions. I know a lot of stuff opens up after the campaigns. If you want to do that, that's cool. It does add some story context to some things. But this expansion does do a great job of onboarding people who don't want to do that. And they do that through a character called Lodi, who has been displaced through time from the 1960s. And he, it's been centuries for like since the 1960s, the time period that Destiny takes place in is like hundreds of years after, right? But he has only been in this spot for what he says is weeks. And so you kind of like learn, you kind of like, Lodi operates as the kind of vessel for the new player to understand the story. Like, he doesn't know who the Guardians are. He doesn't know what the Traveler is. He doesn't know what the Golden Age is. He didn't know about the Witness, right? Like, so he doesn't know any of this stuff. So like, Ikora is with you, who is the Warlock Vanguard, kind of the leader of the Warlock class. And she's kind of explaining to him, this stuff, but there's also like the weird twist is that Lodi recognizes Ikora, and that starts, and she doesn't recognize him, which starts unraveling this question of, did Lodi know Ikora as a human before she was resurrected as a guardian? So that storyline is really neat. The Drifter and Gambit, the game mode Gambit hilariously has a purpose now. And you land on this planetoid Kepler, and you find out that there's like this black hole in the middle of this planetoid, right? And That's why, um, certain things are happening. And then there's a group of beings, we'll call them, called the Nine. Each one represents a uh, a celestial body in the solar system. So, like the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Each one represents one of those bodies. And you find out that you were summoned to Kepler by three, which is the Earth being. And you find that out in episode Heresy, which was the last episode before this expansion started. There's a whole quest line of like, we've been invited to these coordinates, and we got to figure out what's at these coordinates, and all that stuff. Kepler is a really interesting planet. This is where the Metroid starts coming into it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there are so many tunnels and pathways and secrets and things that you can only traverse to in a morph ball, like through pipes or through vents or through, these little tunnels that the rocks form. There's the what's it called? The recoil cannon. That's not what it's called. The relocator cannon, where you see like this purple glowing kind of platform across the way, but you can't get to it by jumping or walking there because there's lasers or a giant pit or some sort of, you just can't fit through this crack. So you take this relocator cannon, shoot this thing, and then you find this transporter and it transports you there. So that's really cool. And then there's the matter morph ability. These are all called destination abilities, and they're only available on Kepler. You can't like take them with you. Where you can like manipulate parts of the environment, like you can and you can see like when you gain this ability, you can see certain blocks that you can manipulate. They start glowing kind of this yellowish green color, so you know which ones you can manipulate and which ones you can't. And then they're on a timer, and then they go back to where they were because it's time manipulation essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And so they build ramps and stairs and platforms that you can jump across places. So it's really neat. And it just really like, man. And we talked about this a little bit last year, but it was a big discussion on Tower Casuals where like they're changing the way you think about playing Destiny. They want that Metroid style gameplay where like you can kind of tackle these challenges however you want to. If you can get there, like you can unlock certain pathways by gaining new abilities or using different abilities. And they did
that was a thing when you said that it had this Metroid, because I'm thinking like Metroid Prime, kind of idea. Is that, do you have to search for a new power and you keep that power for the whole game for that campaign? Because you just said that you can't take it with you when you leave somewhere else, but I guess when you come back to that world, you'll have that power back.
How it works is, so you have to find the corresponding, like, so for matter morph, which is the one where you can manipulate the stuff that you find to do this stuff is called dark matter, and it's scattered throughout the planet. The main enemy you fight during this campaign the House of Exile, which is like the Elixni race. They've been like abandoned here, and they survive off of this element called ether, and the dark matter is poisoning the ether that they live off of, so they're kind of turning into these mutated versions of this race. And so that's kind of like that's kind of like the small story in this is like you got to stop them from taking over this planet so they, so they can kind of uh exist somewhere else, I guess, essentially. But the stuff that you get to manipulate these moves is called dark matter. And so you have to run up to like, so matter morph, you see like this kind of the dark matter forms this kind of bubbly, you know, bubbly kind of object, right? And so you grab the bubbles off of this object and you squeeze it, and then you have 30 seconds to manipulate the environment and get through this part, right? And then
Yes.
once that timer ends, you don't have it anymore. So they're all timer based, which is why you can't take it with you.
Uh-huh.
The matter spark, which is the ball, the morph ball kind of thing, lasts for like 90 seconds, and a lot of the time, at least in the campaign, like the timer is more than enough time to do the stuff. My thought is, and what I'm seeing, kind of looking at some of the raid race stuff, right, that's going on right now,
Mm-hmm.
is that you have to you have time during the campaign to kind of master those moves. So when you get to the raid, if you are not a master at those kind of abilities,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna fail. Uh, you know, so like in the campaign, if you finish like something with the matter spark in, if you end with like 40 seconds left on your timer in the raid, I assume you're going to end with like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds left on the timer, right? Like that. It's kind of, they've been they've been really good about introducing raid mechanics within the campaigns in the last
Uh-huh.
couple, especially the final shape and some of the episodes afterwards. Like really good at introducing these things. So I'm assuming that these are like the mechanics of the raid. I assume the raid is going to be relatively, I don't want to say easy, but like a good beginner's raid, I guess you would say. Which there have been a couple throughout Destiny, and there's still a couple in the game that I would actually recommend people start with. But yeah, man, I really love it, and like the twists and like the what I really like about this expansion is that it's incredibly personal to Ikora specifically.
Mm-hmm.
It's not some the term I used in my review multiple times was bombastic, right? I
Yes.
mean, the last since Shadowkeep, right? Like everything has just been, oh my gosh, the world is ending, the universe is ending, the witness is coming to destroy every, kind of, implement the final shape, and the pyramid fleet is here and everything is dying and everyone's gonna die. And it's like, man, we haven't had a personal story since Forsaken, I mean, so the caveat there is the seasonal content, right? That has a lot of personal story type things tied to it,
Yes.
to kind of deepen the lore. And there is stuff that matters to the bigger Destiny picture in the seasons, which kind of sucks that they go away. Like at least the missions go away from the seasons,
Mm-hmm.
but like most of them are like very personal. Like one of them, you learn about Zavala's when he tried to quit being a guardian and he tried to have a family, right? And
Mm-hmm.
he came back to be being a guardian and train under Lord Saladin because his family was murdered, right? Like that was a seasonal story. And there's just stuff like that, and like this, it felt really good to have a small personal story again. Uh, Even though they are clearly setting up, the overarching, the world is ending, the universe is on the brink of extinction storyline with the Nine, right? Like
Yes.
that's the overarching saga story. But like to be able to kind of go through something with Ikora that her, her past is kind of coming through, and her learning about it, because guardians, when they are resurrected as a guardian, they don't remember anything about their former self, right? They don't know
Right.
their name, they don't know who they are, they don't know their past, and it is heavily what do you call it, heavily uh encouraged that they don't go seeking their past, right? There are a few guardians that know their past, right? Like obviously Crow knows his past as Aldrin Sov because he murdered Cade, and that was a relatively recent event where sometimes a lot of the guardians we knew up till then were like hundreds of years old, right?
Yes.
Where Crow is about 5 years old, in terms of being a guardian. And so like that memory of Cade being murdered and forsaken was very fresh on a lot of guardians' minds. And there's some really powerful stuff in some of the seasonal content about him, and he hid under a mask for a while because he didn't want other guardians to know who he was when he got to the tower. And in a fight, and like this fight, his mask comes off and Zavala sees him, right, but knows he's a guardian and doesn't remember who Aldrin is. So he, there's all these things, right? And the Bray sisters know who they were in a previous life, because they were doctors and they woke up with, in their doctor coats with their name tags on it, right? So like there's situations like that. But the whole thing is like, the whole thing with Ikora and her past coming back, and like her learning who she was and why her past is coming back, right? Like it all revolves around these beings called the Nine, who are the 9 beings who control the universe and the fate of everyone. And they start really making you question if you really do control your own fate, because that's been the tagline since the very beginning, right? Like guardians make their own fate. And so they're trying to make us question that now and manipulate certain time periods and certain characters and certain beings to kind of show that they like, to show that. And so it was just very kind of nice to play a smaller Destiny story.
How long was the campaign? Like about 3 to 6 hours?
Dude, it took me like 11 hours to beat it.
Oh, okay.
It was long. I mean, I did some of the side stuff, but like, so they've been comparing it to this. They've been comparing it the size of this campaign to Rise of Iron, which is a really small campaign and a really small expansion. Had a cool raid, but like in the grand scheme of Destiny, that is like one of the smallest expansions. It might be outside of Curse of Osiris, which was really bad, Warmind, and Shadowkeep, it might be the smallest campaign and smallest expansion they've ever done. And so people were like really upset when they heard that. Like, man, we're going to pay $40 for that. And it's like, but I really liked Rise of Iron because like this, it was a really personal story about Lord Saladin and his past and him, and the Iron Lords and why they kind of don't exist anymore. And it was really cool. And so it kind of gave me the same vibe here, but it's a really long campaign, dude. It was, and I tried to play with some of the other systems just for my review, right? Like the Portal system, which is like the new hub menu system that kind of cleans everything up, and you can kind of choose your own activities from there instead of going into the world map and diving into this like elaborate kind of menu system that they had originally, right? But that, I mean, that still exists, but this is just a simplified version if you prefer that. The new armor and weapon systems are really interesting. They introduced world tiers. I don't know if you played Outriders, but remember when they had those world tiers that you could like
Yeah.
gain better gear depending on the difficulty. So they added that to this. There's 4 world tiers, which is cool. And then the whole thing too is there's like a level cap. The seasonal level cap is 200, but then there's like the bonus levels that you gain, right? So like you can level up to like 450, but at the start of every season now they revert you back to level 200. Doesn't matter how much you've done, doesn't matter what you've grinded for, your gear stays. Like if you've masterworked gear, or if you've kind of have like gear, world tier 4 gear and stuff like that, you keep it, but it drops to level 200 every the start of every season now. I gotta tell you though, it was really weird when I booted up the game and my Guardian was at like level 2100 at the end of Heresy, which is still kind of low compared to everybody in the Tower Casuals Discord. And then starting this campaign and getting my first piece of gear from the campaign, and it's like, you're level 10. And I'm like, oh.
And I guess because I think you said that anyone who plays this expansion, everyone starts at level 10.
Yeah, everybody starts at 10. That's what I mean too by a soft reset, is like, even like the weapons that you've earned, you can still use them, right? You can still use them. You can still, use them however you want, but they add, they have this thing called featured gear now, which gives that, aside from all the new gear, right? All the new gears is worth keeping, from a statistics and a perk standpoint, right? Like anything that's new this expansion has these perks already tied to it, right? Because it's new. But there's the featured gear system, which only has a couple of things from the past 6-7 years at this point. Excuse me. They the featured gear, like, it has a blue tag on it if it's a piece of featured gear, and it has special perks, like it could be more powerful, it can add stats to your like your health and your power and your defense, that kind of thing. And where the old gear that's not in featured gear does not add anything. So they really want you to use the new stuff or things that they think are worth bringing forward. And so what I did was I forced myself to use all new stuff during the campaign, because I've been using the same gear, the same armor, the same like 7 or 8 weapons essentially for the last like 4 years, right?
Wow.
Even if I got new stuff, I was like, nah, I don't like this. I'm gonna toss it. I'm gonna infuse it. I'm gonna break it down for resources. So yeah, that's kind of like, I'm really enjoying this. Man, what's the scout rifle called? This expansion's exotic scout rifle. I think it's called Lodestar. Dude, it is so good. Oh my gosh, it is like one of my favorite new weapons in years. It packs a punch. Like, you load it up and it adds, like a little like mini kind of rocket, I think, when you like get enough kills, and it adds a charge to it. It's, instead of reloading, also it has a cooldown timer. So like, it's almost like the plasma rifles from Halo a little bit,
Yeah.
where like it has that cooldown instead of you like reloading bullets into it. But if you don't wait for it to cool down, it essentially turns into a pump action shotgun. Which is cool, man. I mean, if you don't let it cool down, the recoil on that, essentially the pump action shotgun part is like, yeah, I mean, the recoil is terrible, right? Like, I mean, like you're basically looking at the ceiling after you shoot it. But man,
Yeah.
dude, like if you're in the heat of battle and you're using this thing and you're on this cooldown and you see enemies flying at you, you just start shooting it like a shotgun. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. It's so fun to
And
use.
that resets the cooldown.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it resets the cooldown definitely, but like, you gotta then you can go hide and let it cool down, and then it turns into the scout rifle again, and it's fine. Another scout rifle I found that I really like. Hold on, let me see. Let me pull up my vault, Ed. I still use the Ishtar collective app on my phone for gear management. I know a lot of people prefer DIM. That's fine. DIM stands for Destiny Item Manager, in case you were wondering. Sublimination is the scout rifle I use. So I have the perk on this. I have is explosive payload and demolitionist. So explosive payload, if you do a precision shot, so like essentially a headshot, you do get a good headshot off.
Yeah.
It the bullet turns into like essentially it's a mini grenade when you pull a precision shot. So like when you get a headshot, it explodes and does area of effect damage to other enemies that are around.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially. And then if you on that precision shot, the demolitionist perk gives you grenade energy. So your grenade perk kind of or your grenade ability charges faster, which is nice. Although armamentarium is not a featured piece of exotic chest armor for the Titan, so that perk kind of hurts a Titan a little bit. Armamentarium is an exotic that lets you carry extra grenades. You know how you can only usually throw one?
Yeah.
Yeah, armamentarium allows you to carry two, and then there's like another like kind of what do you call it, aspect. I mean, there's too many things to level up in this game. There's an aspect that you can carry 3 grenades with armamentarium. So this it's not a featured thing, so it doesn't really matter all that much, but it matters when you're surrounded by like 14, 15 enemies walking at you and you throw a grenade down, right? And
And you
they
need
all,
to like get them down.
yeah. Um, I also
Oh.
I also found a shotgun that I really like called Precipial. I think I'm going to use this for like Crucible stuff because it has slide shot and which is like you slide and it makes essentially reloads the weapon when you slide without having to do the reload animation. Essentially, it just pulls from your reserves. And then I have reconstruction, which is the weapon reloads itself and an improved rate over time up to double the capacity. So those are like 2 really good perks to have together. Because essentially, the gun will just keep reloading itself, and it'll keep reloading itself. Up to double the original magazine. So I can carry 10 shells instead of 5 in this shotgun. So yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. I think the overall kind of final boss battle was it's not the best boss battle, but it didn't have to be because it's not what this is about, right? This is about teaching
Right.
mechanics to new players and adding to the lore for old players and reintroducing the 9 and Orin, who was the former emissary of the 9, which is like a body that they can control in this existence. And man, it's really good. It's really good. I'm really interested to see like how the raid went, and I'm really interested to see the missions they had after. And it makes me like really optimistic, right? Because that's the thing is Bungie went through so many changes, so many layoffs, so many key departures over the last year and a half, the marathon debacle.
Yeah.
Like they went through so much as a studio at this point with, you know, a lot of people that aren't there anymore, honestly. For well, some of them for good reason. And a lot of people are worried. And I think, you know, and I think rightly so, because hardly anybody who was there working on this, right? Like the current game director was the former, like the last game he like directed was Halo 3. So he's been there since Halo 2. Um, so yeah, a lot of people were worried, and I know I am higher on this game than a lot of other people, but I also approached it a different way
Mm-hmm.
in my review. And I think it's worth playing. I think it is worth the $40 if you are really into Destiny. You know, the Year of Prophecy is $100. I think it's worth it. I think I I really I really enjoyed it.
Is it another? Is there one more expansion that's coming?
So there's the new model for Destiny moving forward is there will be 2 expansions a year instead of like there'll be 2 smaller expansions a year instead of one massive one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then each expansion will have 2 seasons within it. So that'll give you 4 kind of slices of story a year.
And
And
that would
so
kind of make up like almost like the main campaign of Destiny.
yeah, let me look it up real quick. Year of
Because
Prophecy,
I
Destiny
because
2
yeah, I was wondering just like we talk
roadmap.
about Destiny 3 and how it has kind of a long, I would say 20 to 30 hour campaign,
Mm-hmm.
depending um how how you play it, if you're
Mm-hmm.
doing singles or if you're doing it with a team. And I wonder, are they ever going to get back to that? Um or anything.
I don't know.
Like will
It,
we start getting like official campaigns
I
and
mean,
not expansion pass campaigns?
this is an official campaign. This is the next. This is equivalent to the final shape. Like it's the main thing.
Well, I think I think I okay. So I kind of like worded wrong. I'm thinking with official campaign, like if Destiny 3 came out,
They're not going
the
to do a
game.
Destiny 3. This would
I'm
have
just
been. I
I'm talking example.
I know you are, but I'm saying if they were going to do Destiny 3, this would have been it. This would have been Destiny 3 if it started.
And with the campaign being
Mm-hmm.
longer.
This would have been Destiny 3. I think
Okay.
this campaign's longer than the Red War campaign. I'm going to be honest with you, which was Destiny 2's original campaign. I think this was much longer than the Red War campaign. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I was slow. Maybe I wasn't playing the right way or fast enough or whatever. But in my opinion, the Red War campaign took me like 2 days to finish. This took me like I was playing it up until like Tower Casuals recorded that night, essentially.
Maybe because I was playing the main campaign when Destiny 2 dropped, like in bits, kind of like I would do maybe 2 to 4 missions and then I would cut it off, come back the next day and do it, maybe skip a night, but come back. Like I was
Yeah.
playing it
Well,
like
the other thing this
within
cuts out,
week.
the other thing this cuts out from that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
No, go ahead.
so a lot of ways the old campaigns used to extend the campaigns was to add strikes in there, and then like, oh, you need to go play 4 Crucible matches to progress or whatever, right? They cut all that out. essentially they cut all that out with Lightfall. I want to say they cut all that out. So like it's just strictly like mission to mission to mission to mission. There's no strikes. There's no like for this campaign. There's no strikes. There's no multiplayer stuff that you have to do. There's no side quests that are required to do before you move on. Right, and it's all main campaign, and that's it. Which was awesome. I wish they did more of that. They had awesome cutscenes. Like they were all CG, none of the ink blot stuff that they were doing for a while.
Yeah.
Which they usually do CG for the main campaigns. It's the seasonal stuff that they do the ink blot stuff for. You know, it just, man, it was really nice to play a campaign.
And the thing about it, I think what makes this party campaign shorter, even though I haven't played it yet, is that you're not jumping around to different planets. You're like on, and I think that's what I'm kind of thinking of. Maybe that's what I should have said to clarify it, with that campaign jumping around the different planets to get to the story. And I think that's why when Destiny 2 came out and with the Red War, like you mentioned, I felt like longer, is because I was jumping around different planets.
Yeah. So that's something that they really ended with the final shape, is like the final shape the entire campaign takes place in the Pale Heart of the Traveler, right?
Yes. Such
and
a good campaign too. I love the final shape.
It's a top. It's Bungie's best game ever, in my opinion. And I love Halo 3. Like I think Halo 3 before this was probably their best one. But man, dude, so good. Anyways,
the story of fun. Everybody, me and Corey did a Destiny 2 like recap or a Destiny recap. Go watch that video on Boss Rush.
You should watch Bife's video, his 10-hour video.
So is it the 3-hour one that you sent me?
So if you don't want to play Destiny, or you're just interested in the story or whatever, and you haven't played it and you want to jump into this campaign, there's a YouTube creator called My Name is Bife. And he exclusively essentially does Destiny lore videos. Although he's branched out to like, because we didn't really know what was happening after the final shape. So he started branching out to do like, he did some Dragon Age lore. He's done a lot of Baldur's Gate stuff recently. He's done Warframe. Like he's done some other things, but his main thing is Destiny. And so last year, right before the final shape came out, he put out a little over 10-hour video of the entire story of Destiny leading up to the final shape, including all the campaigns from Destiny 1, all the main campaigns and seasonal content from Destiny 2,
and
all the outside lore, all of that stuff.
No disrespect to him, his voice is so relaxing, dude. Like if you having a problem with sleeping, listen to his videos. Give him the love because you viewed it. His voice is so good.
He has this really deep, soft British voice. That is easy for Americans to fall asleep to. But he also recently made about a 2.5-hour video of Destiny Year 10, which was the final shape, all of the side quests that came after that, and then he did, and then also a part of it were episode Echoes, episode Revenant, and episode Heresy. And what's funny is that Bungie kind of said that episode Echoes and Revenant were going to be used to tie up loose ends, and that Heresy was going to be the episode that led into the Edge of Fate, which it does, right? But episode Echoes actually plays a huge part in this. One of the characters, Maya Sundaresh, was, introduced in game in that. She's been in the lore, but she was introduced in game, and she is actually a big part of this campaign with the Vex. The conductor. She's the conductor, which is like this she's able to manipulate the Vex and make them, under her command, which they aren't supposed to be able to do, which is still a major mystery, by the way. We're gonna have to deal with that at some point, and it's not gonna be fun. I mean, it'll be fun, but it's, story wise, it's gonna be scary.
Bunkers.
Man, I can't believe we just talked about Destiny for like 20 minutes here. But yeah, man, it's really good, man. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm about to watch this video. So.
Yeah, he just did his campaign review video also. And he really loved it too. I didn't watch the video yet, but I could tell by the way he titled it. He loved it. His thumbnail literally said "they cooked." So, I think Lodi is an awesome new character. I think Orin, her story kind of comes to light here. They gave Drifter a big part, which was fun, because Drifter's kind of been regulated to like snarky Gambit lines and like seasonal content, essentially. Mm-hmm. Like my favorite line was from Season of Plunder, which was like the pirate-based season. You walk into a bar and get a drink with him, and he's like, "Let's go hunt some pirates." And that's like every time I think of Drifter, that's like the only line I ever think of. But like the last year or so, he's actually gotten a lot of character development. And I'm glad he got like a main campaign this time. Because Drifter's cool. He's funny. He's great. Anyways, people are probably tired of me talking about Destiny.
Yes, did you guys
we have a whole podcast?
Yes, this is the Tower Casual. The reason why I wanted to bring this conversation to Nintendo Pow Block, was because like your review came out. We got some great news that like it was the first entry on Google search. Like if you look at it, it comes up.
Yeah, that was nuts, dude. That was crazy. Because like David and I have been like trying to figure out this SEO garbage for years at this point to make our stuff show up. Like our site is indexed on Google, right? Which is like a thing you have to do to like get stuff to show up in the engine, that's not hard to do really. But then like you have to find the right keywords and the right, the right way to title it, and the description, which is separate from the article excerpt and title, by the way. Like you have to go into the separate box and like give it a different title if you want a different title, which the title that shows up on Google is not the title of the review, right? It's a different SEO optimized title, which I do want to say, I know people think AI is a bad word, and a lot of the times it is. But you know what it does help with? SEO optimized titles and SEO optimized keywords for articles. That's all I'm saying. I say I give it my title and like the excerpt that I typed out. I said, give me an SEO optimized title and some keywords, and an SEO optimized description and some keywords. And guess what, Ed? It spits them out. And guess what? My review went up today at 10 o'clock. It's sitting at 1,500 views on the website right now. So
nice.
That's all I'm saying. Also, like a lot of people are probably looking up Destiny stuff today. I'm sure they were watching, like, I think Astacross still does Destiny videos. I'm pretty sure he does. I think Fallout Plays is still doing them. Milo has been a pretty big Destiny creator in the last couple years, like last year or so. Mm-hmm. He was really big. He did a lot of Call of Duty content for a long time, and he has made the switch over to Destiny. He's a pretty cool dude. I like his videos, and like he's not this. I mean, look, a lot of us that have been playing this game since the beginning are very curmudgeon and very, well, this gun doesn't shoot the way I want it to, these characters are stupid. And he still has that like whimsical optimism nobody seems to have about the game anymore. So he's like a breath of fresh air in the Destiny community. I would check him out too. He's fun. He's funny. Like he has a good comedy to the game, to the content that. So yeah. Oh, Destiny, man. It's I can't believe, dude, every time I think I'm done, I'm like, because like, I mean, the final shape, man. I've been creating Destiny content for a decade at that point, right? Like I've been dabbling in writing about it when it came out, kind of fell off of it, got back into it with the House of Wolves with my friend Brian, made the podcast, ran that for 2 years. You know, Tower Casuals exists now. We're approaching episode 250. You know, and you know, with the final shape, man, like that would have been the perfect time for me to end. You know, we were in the trailer, the accolades trailer. I wrote a great review. They loved the review. You know, we've had a pretty good rapport for the last couple of years with Bungie. You know, and it's like that's when a lot of people hung it up, man. Final shape, they were done. Could have very easily done that and been very happy. They always find a way to suck you back in, man. They always do it. Which is good for the game, right? I mean, that's good, but like also, man, back in, man. Back in, head down, grinding, thinking about trying one of them harder campaigns, thinking about actually doing my Warlock this time around.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll get back to it later in the year.
I have to say though, I've been having a great time playing video games this year, which is not something I often say. You know, and it's always like something that I want to play and less of like, I mean, obviously Expedition 33 was a new game this year, but I mean, I didn't play it right away. Destiny is new, but like I played Fire Emblem this year and that was awesome. Disney Dreamlight Valley is doing great. Haven't played the expansions yet. I'll get there. You know, playing games with my kids, that's been fun. So yeah, I'm just having fun, man. I'm just having fun playing games, and it's been a good year for games. So
Yes. Yes.
oh,
Well, Corey, how about we get into baby news?
Yeah, we should do that, huh? Did you put it in the doc? I'm sorry.
Yes,
I didn't I haven't even opened the doc yet, dude. I'm sorry.
It is 2 stories in the doc.
Found it. So yeah, let's talk about, man, we are talking everything except for Nintendo today, aren't we? Like Nintendo console proper. Let's talk about some movies, Ed.
Yes.
Nintendo has finally revealed they have cast their Princess Zelda and Link. It's they're kids, man. They're kids. I don't know who either of these people are. People seem to know who the girl is, though. I've seen a lot of that online. I don't know who she is, but it's fine, whatever.
I'll say what I had to say after we get into it. Go ahead.
So this the story was revealed on the Nintendo Today app, right? And so this was what, Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Link will be played by Benjamin Evan Amesworth, and Zelda will be played by Bo Bragison. So Ainsworth was the voice for Pinocchio in the 2022 live action adaptation from Disney. Bragison has starred in films like Censors and The Radleys, and she also voiced young Luna in Kingsglaive for Final Fantasy 15. Man, she must have been really young then, because she's only like 21 or 22 now. My favorite thing is like when anybody from Nintendo tweets out, they always use an official Nintendo account, and Miyamoto's like, "This is Miyamoto." But Miyamoto said he's really looking forward to seeing them both on the big screen. So clearly they're not taking my advice, since I'm, Mr. Movie Guy, and not involving Link in this at all and making a political drama. Clearly not doing that. Clearly aiming for something towards children. Which is fine, right? I mean, whatever. It's I'm sure the quality will be at least good because it is Nintendo. So yeah, I don't know, man. How do you feel about this? I don't know how to feel about this.
So, shout out to Chad Caselmo at Square Enix. I kind of sent them a tweet saying that, people are going to be looking at these actors' movies and their work and stuff, to get to know who they are. And that's what I got to do. I got to go look at that work. I'm kind of excited to see this. Benjamin does look like Link from the cartoon series in a sense in one of his pictures. And Bo, she looks like she could do a great Princess Zelda for it. So I'm kind of excited to see how they go about, once we find out more info about it. But I kind of like this casting of them being Link and Zelda. They both look the part. I know people are asking about how they're going to handle any dialogue from Link. And at this time,
maybe
we'll
this kid
see
is
how
really good at grunting.
Maybe
like yelling when he falls.
But you know what? I'll actually be okay if Link talks in this movie.
Well, I mean, they can't not have him talk. It's a movie, right? I mean, people just have to expect things are changing, right? They have to for the movie, right? It is a movie. He has to talk. He is not a vessel for the player to run around a world in anymore, right? He is. Right. This is different. And I wonder, what I do wonder, Ed, is if Link talks in the movie, is this going to lead to Link talking in a game soon?
No.
That's
because the same thing happened with the Mario games. After the movie came out.
Yeah, but Mario's not a third person action adventure game. Mario's a platformer.
But Mario also don't talk.
Nobody talks in Mario though. It's Toad's crazy yelling and his.
But that's the thing about it. It's just.
But also Mario talks though. Like he says words. I mean, he's not holding conversations, but he's like, "It's me, Mario." Right? Like he's always said that since N64.
Right, but even when he had his cartoon, that was the only time you heard Mario.
Right. But there's a precedent for that, right? Whereas.
But that's the same with Link. But that's the same with Link.
I know, the only voice people know of Link is the "Excuse me, princess." So, right, they don't like. Link doesn't talk in the video games,
right? And it's the same thing with Mario. He doesn't talk in. Mario and Link make grunt sounds. They make sounds and stuff. Like now, even in Paper Mario, if you look, Mario's just like everything. He's not saying full dialogue. So even after the new movie came out for Mario, there's not new dialogue. So I'm expecting after this Legend of Zelda movie comes out, Link still won't have dialogue. He'll make his grunts, but he still won't have no dialogue.
Yeah.
But like you said, this is a different medium. So he should be able to speak. He should be able to talk.
yeah, I'm just I'm just wondering how this stuff is all gonna play out. I mean, in all honesty, it just needs to. Is the movie going to be good? That's kind of the main thing, I guess. Now, right? I mean, I know I brought up the talking, but I think I think the main thing now is, I mean, I could care less if Link talks or not. I don't really care. I mean,
Mm.
it's a nice tradition to not have him talk, but whatever. Who cares? Who really cares, right? I mean,
I mean,
if
I
you're gonna
care
if
for
I,
this movie
no, I mean
during the talk.
no, I mean like in the game, in future
Oh,
games,
in the
if he
games.
talks or not,
No.
like, you know what I mean? Like, if that's a thing that you're going to get angry about, you must have a pretty fluffy life, you know,
Yes.
um, for that to be one of the only things you worry about. So I don't remember where I was going with this. Um, but yeah, I think I hope the movies are good. I mean, I hope the movie is good. Obviously we talked about with that the other woman possibly playing Zelda at some point. I already forget her name. But this is if this is the direction they're going, and they're young, so they're obviously planning on getting more movies out of them, right? Like that's to me, this them casting them this young tells me this is going to be some sort of trilogy or some sort of like multi-movie thing. Um, which I would think is what they want, right? I mean, I would assume they want multiple movies out of these kids, right? I mean, that seems
I
the
think
way that
Nintendo's
movies
gonna
go.
play. I think Nintendo's gonna play it safe. Like, let's see what comes out of this movie,
Well,
and
yeah, I
if
mean
it's
that's
successful, then we'll go for that.
right, but I mean, like, this isn't like a Lord of the Rings situation where you're gonna film all three movies at once and then edit them together, right? This isn't that.
Mm. Oh no.
This is the type of trilogy, like the type of trilogy the original Star Wars trilogy was, right? Where, oh, hey, let's make a standalone movie, and then we'll leave some things untied. So, like, if it does well, we can make a sequel and lean on that untied thread, right? Like when Darth Vader's ship flies away, when the Death Star blows up, right? Like that clearly is going to set up your sequel. And for this, I think it's going to be a standalone game or a standalone movie
Movie.
that will have some threads that you could probably lean on for a sequel.
What would probably happen is that they
It's
probably
also
would.
it's also Sony producing, which means they probably already have 75 movies and spinoffs planned, and it might be bad because it's the producer of all of these Spider-Verse spinoff movies that don't involve Spider-Man. But also Nintendo's involved, so yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry. I don't think Sony should be making movies ever again.
Hey, if it's another $1 billion movie like Super Mario Brothers, they don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't really know if. Um, sorry, I see something. I don't know what this is. Oh, Cam Hawkins is tweeting stuff out about the new old Trails game. I was like,
Oh.
what is this? Um, I thought that this was art from like Xenoblade or something, but it's the Trails game. Okay, shout out to Cam.
Yes, I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta. Let's move on. Let's talk about another movie.
Yes.
So Mortal Kombat 2 movie trailer officially came out, and Carl Urban is Johnny Cage. This seems like it has a much bigger budget and a much, we'll say, mainstream movie audience aimed for. So I didn't really watch the trailer. I saw some memes floating around on Instagram for a while of but I still haven't seen the first one. So how are you feeling about this movie trailer, Ed?
Um, I was kind of intrigued because it's just like, oh, this is very camp. You got Urban, who
He's
is a
awesome.
character. He's on the boys. I'm like, he has no martial arts training.
Carl
This.
Urban's so fun though. I like Carl Urban. I hate that he keeps getting sucked into these weird movie projects. Like, I don't know, man. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Well, it's just it. He looks big for Johnny Cage. Definitely. I was just like,
Well,
ooh.
he's still like he was filming this while he was filming The Boys, right? So like he's built for the superhero movie,
Oh, because
right?
I was
And
just like,
so
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so like it's understandable that he's like bigger than Johnny Cage at this point. Um, I don't know.
Because this is some wire food campness. I'm like, oh, this looks so bad. But I I won't know until I go see the movie.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not gonna go see it. I could care less. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't care about this. Um, I maybe part of it is because I didn't see the first one. Maybe part of it is like I can clearly tell they're aiming for a different audience than that first one was aiming for.
mm,
Uh, so I don't know. We'll see. I guess. Um, but let's see. Is there anything else worth talking about? Um, I don't think so. I mean, obviously, we'll have the Pokemon Direct next week, right?
yes.
Uh, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I did get the amiibo, the Donkey Kong amiibo. We didn't do weekly pickups, but uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah. I don't see anything else worth talking about. I mean, there's news, but there's no information on this news. Like the Nintendo Switch online playtest program is returning with Switch 2, but what I mean, what are we going to say about that? You know. So that's seems like it's kind of it. So I guess we should
All right.
probably get into Pack Watch.
Pack watch.
All right, Ed. I have the Nintendo Switch eShop pulled up here. Okay. No dilly dallying, no skipping. Here we go. This is what Nintendo says is coming soon officially. So we have Monument Valley 3, which awesome. Let's see here. Guide Noor, an apprentice lightkeeper, through impossible monuments, shifting landscapes, and tranquil seascapes to uncover the sacred light and save her home. Monument Valley takes you beyond the monuments and into the open sea. As Noor, you'll navigate stunning, changing environments, solve mind-bending puzzles, and uncover the secrets of the sacred light. With her village threatened by rising tides, Noor must chart her own course and discover her own strength in this stunning and emotional adventure. So Monument Valley, and then we have WWE 2K25. Ed, Rule Beyond the Ring. In a franchise first, step outside the ropes and onto the island, an immersive WWE themed world filled with epic arenas, challenges, and live events. Fight to join the bloodline with the original tribal chief Roman Reigns as you upgrade your customize your My Superstar through multiple storyline chapters. That sounds a lot like NBA 2K's My City thing. So hope you're ready to spend some money. Jeez. All right. So we have Logic Paint is coming. I wasn't going to say this, but it's based on Hatsune Miku, the some sort of animated pop star. I still don't understand what she is, but Uh, they should have just had Ooh La La from Space Channel 5 be that. They already had one. That's all I'm saying. They already had a Hatsune Miku. We have Ooh La La at home. This new and improved version of Hatsune Miku Logic Paint S includes a variety of new features. Work alongside Miku and other Paya Pro characters to solve these unique puzzles. Its new features, multiple new puzzles have been added to previous title. Okay. In addition to the normal puzzles and all new illustration-based special puzzles. Okay, there's a comma there, but the paragraph ends. Okay. You can update the appearance of each Paya Pro character and even customize your room to your liking. Okay, that's enough of that. So that's coming, if you care. We have Arcana Famiglia Renato. This looks like a what do you call it? I almost said graphic novel. That's not what it's called. What are they called, Ed?
For manga?
For video games. The not graphic novels. It's fine.
Oh, when they're just doing all that talking.
Yeah, like Danganronpa and all that. This is a story of destiny.
Visual novels.
Yes, visual novel. Thank you. Jeez, graphic novel. I'm an idiot. This is a story of destiny and bonds centered around Felicita. That's a name. The daughter of the boss of Arcana Famiglia. I think it's Familia. I think it's Italian, but I don't know. It's Japanese. An autonomous organization that protects the small island of Regalo in the Mediterranean Sea. Those who belong to the Famiglia, I'm going to keep saying Famiglia because that's how it's spelled, have a mysterious power called Arcana, which they use to protect the island from outside enemies. There are too many N's and not enough E's in that word.
Oh, wow.
Enenemis. How would you spell that? How would you pronounce that?
Enemies?
It's supposed to be enemies. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Felicita, main character / name can be changed. The only daughter of the organization's boss, Mondo, has only just taken her first steps as a member of the family. April 1st, Mondo's birthday. At a party thrown for him on the family. He makes a surprising. All right, we're done. We're not reading this. So if you're into visual novels, there you go. Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know. A game called And Roger is coming out. It was a morning like all others until she realized her dad wasn't home. In this place, a stranger who speaks nonsense and insists she takes her medicine. Who is he? Past and Trail of Delusions. And Roger is an interactive novel that lets you see through the protagonist's eyes, whether what she sees makes sense or not. It is comprised of 3 chapters and can be played entirely in about 1 hour. It is $4.99. So, okay. I didn't say what dates these are coming out on. Oh well. Everything I've read so far is coming out on 7/22 or 7/23. So, you know. Tiny Titans Card Rumble is coming out. And if you buy it now, you get a 50% discount for pre-ordering it, making it $3.49. Welcome to Tiny Titans Card Rumble, where an epic RPG battles meet adorable chibi charm. Step into the world of fast-paced strategy and build your ultimate deck of tiny heroes, each with unique powers and big personalities. Whether you prefer kings, knights, mages, healers, or rogues, there's a Titan for every playstyle. That's coming out on 7/24. Oh, geez, there are a lot of games coming out. Noah's Dilemma is coming out on 7/24. Noah's Dilemma is a crew building strategy roguelike. I'm out. Set in a reinvented mythology of Noah's Ark, inspired by magical realism, featuring unique placement-centric gameplay inspired by Sudoku and auto chess. A successful runtime takes about 2 to 5 hours to complete. Okay. All right, Ed. Here's the big one. Super Mario Party Jamboree plus Jamboree TV comes out on 7/24. Already pre-ordered. Already ready to go. Jam-packed Jamboree just got even bigger, only on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Gather your friends, pick a board, and have a Mario Party. Choose your character, roll some dice, and compete in an assortment of minigames to see who can get the most stars. From running through merry-go-rounds to motion control mini golf. Motion control mini golf? I don't... the main game has seven boards? They must have added 3 because I've only seen 4. And 110 minigames to play, and the all-new Jamboree TV mode adds even more minigames designed to take advantage of the Nintendo Switch 2 system features like mouse controls. Exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, Jamboree TV casts you and your friends as contestants in a game show hosted by Toad. Take on a variety of challenges along with Mario and friends that use Joy-Con 2 controllers, and for mouse controls, the system's built-in microphone to respond to your sounds and more. Add a USB-compatible camera, and other players' faces will appear during gameplay, like when they're crowned for winning minigames or surrounded by the coins they've won. With 22 playable characters, pro rules for more serious competition, and a local single-player mode, there's something for everyone. There's something for every kind of party goer. Get hands-on with Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive features in Carnival Coaster and Bowser Live. All right. Yeah, so Jamboree TV, the add-on is $20 if you already own Mario Party. Yeah. Soma is coming out. It's been out for a while on other consoles, but it's coming to Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 on 7/24 from Abbey Light Studios. A masterpiece of psychological horror, fight to survive in a hostile world that will make you question your own existence. Soma is a horror and science fiction video game from Frictional Games, the creators of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. It is a haunting story about identity, consciousness, and what it means to be human. The radio doesn't work, food is scarce, and machines have begun to believe they are people. The submerged Pathos 2 facility has suffered terrible isolation, and difficult decisions have to be made. What to do, what makes sense, and what is left to fight for. So that's coming
everybody, check our Talk the Walk about it. We talked about Soma on Talk the Walk.
Sure. Let's see. What else is coming out? No Sleep for Konami Date from AI, the
Summoner.
The Somnium Files.
Somnium Files,
which I know people really like these games. So it's Spike Chunsoft. I think they're visual novels, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure though. I think they are. But I think there's some like walking around with these. I don't know. We'll see. There's a rabbit girl, so all you anime people and furries can be excited. Let's see. Iris, the internet idol, has been abducted by aliens. Finding herself aboard a mysterious UFO and tasked with completing a bizarre escape game, Iris knows there's one person who can always count on for help. Konami date Signer. As date, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. It's DATE, but I feel like it's not pronounced date. Conduct investigations, solve escape game puzzles, and sink into the dreams of potential suspects to help Iris escape and unravel the mystery behind the Third Eye game. All right, cool. So there is a $40 version. It looks like there's a $60 version. There's also a Switch 1 version. Yeah. All right, there's AI garbage. And then these are all coming out next week. Okay, so that's hold on, what's the date today? Yeah. All right. Yep. Sorry, you all have to wait until next week to hear about Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game.
Ooh. Good luck about that.
Basically, Animal Crossing, the Lord of the Rings Animal Crossing. But that's it. Ed, that's what's coming out this week.
All right.
You're excited. Let's see here. Updates coming to your Nintendo Switch 2 system. Let's see if there's any recent updates. We have so Mario Party Jamboree version 2.1.0 comes out. That's adding Switch 2 graphical enhancements and the Jamboree TV exclusive stuff. Cyberpunk 2077 update announced for Switch 2. It's going to release some quite a few technical improvements. It's adding 4 new vehicles, several side jobs, and stuff like that. So it's also adding a photo mode, quality of life and accessibility options, and some stability fixes. Let's see. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma update now live. It's adding the ability to adjust village farmer behavior in the options menu. You can now toggle the following tasks on or off: sow seeds, water fields, and harvest crops. There's also several bug fixes. So yeah, that's it. And then Mario Kart Tour has announced a new limited time event, Mario Kart World Special Campaign. So that is also coming. Those are your updates, Ed. Those are your updates for this here game called Nintendo. I don't know, man.
All right. Well, everybody, we didn't have questions, so we're going to get quickly to our final thoughts. Corey, what's your final thought?
Oh, boy. I don't know if I really have a final thought. I do want to say that we are recording, as of this recording, it'll also come out after the episode releases. Sunday night, we're recording a Claire Obscure Expedition 33 spoiler cast. There will be 6 of us on it, so that'll be interesting. It's me and Pat, and then Stoy will be joining us, our old friend Stoy. CG Danny B, indie game content creator, will be joining us. And then 2 new faces will also be joining us in Gingerbread Cat, a streamer on Twitch, and Professor Stock, who is a streamer on Twitch and Kick. So that should be fun.
Nice.
So that's what's happening.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, check out the website, I guess.
Yes. For me, everybody, I still got to get my interviews and stuff out, but just getting ready for PAX West next month. Waiting for the invitations and stuff to come, like for interviews and PR stuff. Just waiting for that. Super excited. I'm actually going to be taking my camera to take pictures this time. So I'm super excited to be doing that. And like, once again, cannot wait to play the games that's there, and cannot wait to interview some indies and developers there in Seattle. And then if I see some, some of the developers that I seen at PAX East, if they decide to come, I'm going to go and talk to them and just catch up with them and everything. So super excited about that. Also, congratulations to the team releasing Fretless. Please do go check out that game. Stephanie did it
too.
Yes.
Sorry, you getting there. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, Stephanie got the review. I have an interview out for them from PAX East, so check that out. So yeah, and like I said, I still got more interviews and stuff that I need to get out, and I really need to get them out before PAX West. So, yeah. Just want to say thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. If you joined us live, follow or subscribe to the channel you're watching if you haven't done so already. If you're watching us on YouTube later, like the video and leave your comments with your thoughts on today's topics, or leave your own one of your own we can discuss it in a future episode. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review. You can support Boss Rush on Patreon at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network at a tier that's right for you. You can even follow us for free and gain access to our base shows on one feed. Thank you again for watching and or listening, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Goodbye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, Retro Stoy, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.